Hi, and welcome to the Home Video Emporium. I'm your host, my name is Brendan, and with the series what I hope to do is to catalog my entire collection of home video titles and determine which of these movies still belongs amongst my elite and esteemed collection and needs to be preserved for many years still to come, and which of these movies, unfortunately, may need to be purged so we can make room for some future titles, as I am still looking to add many more titles to the collection, and I'm at the point right now where I can't do so before first letting a few go. So hopefully by the end of the series we're going to get rid of about 30 to 50 movies. Still not sure what we're going to do with them, where we're going to donate them or whatever, but that is the plan. And if nothing else, this is a great time and excuse to watch some movies we may not have seen in a while and hopefully enjoy them all together. Today's episode, 2013 Stoker, directed by Park Chan-Wook, starring Mia Wasikowska, Matthew Good, Jackie Weaver, and Nicole Kidman. We are continuing on our series by director Park. This one, his first English language film, his first time working in the United States with a Hollywood crew. They're actually not an American crew; they're all from different countries, but an international crew who predominantly spoke the English language. So how is he going to be able to translate that with his native Korean? This was pretty exciting because this movie, didn't have to go to any art house theater in the city. They were actually showing this at the AMC in Clifton, New Jersey, my local theater. So I was actually just able to go to an AMC theater, multiplex, and see a movie directed by Park Chan-Wook, which was very exciting. Along the same time, a few months earlier, you had the film The Last Stand by Kim Ji-woon. That came out, I believe, just a few months before Stoker, and then a little over a year later, Snowpiercer by director Bong Joon-ho would come out. I remember, hearing about all those movies. They all seemed like they came out at the exact same time. We had, the three big South Korean directors all coming to the United States, all kind of going to be working in the English language for the first time. And I was very interested to see how it would all come out. Would they be able to translate their style and their themes into different language with different cast with a different production company, or would they just kind of be mellowed out and be have their artistic vision kind of compromised by the American film industry? So with Stoker, I saw it in theater. My kind of initial reaction after I walked out to it was incredible directing, some pretty good performances. The story I thought was pretty terrible. No, I don't want to go so far as to say terrible, but it was a mess. As far as the themes and the journey of India Stoker, played by Mia Wasikowska. I had no idea where she went at the end of this. It really didn't add up very well. The screenplay was written by a guy named Wentworth Miller, who I guess is predominantly an actor. He starred on the show Prison Break, which I never saw. He only wrote this in a show called The Disappointments Room, which apparently had Kate Beckinsale in the lead role, and those are his only two writing credits. They explain on the special features on this that he had that script out and kind of like just out as his calling card for a while, and eventually the producer picked it up and they were able to bring director Park in from Korea to direct it. So obviously director Park had no input on the, or actually did not write the screenplay himself, or didn't even co-write it, which he normally uses a co-writer for. And I think it shows. You can see why he would have been drawn to it, and why the studio would have wanted him. There is a lot of Hitchcock in this. It's a thriller mixed with kind of a coming-of-age tale. So all the elements are there in the script, and you can see him obviously, especially visually, what would have attracted him to this, and all the interesting things he could have come up with on his own, which they do talk about this in the special features we'll get to in a little bit, that a lot of the most interesting parts that I found of this movie were the visual elements that director Park himself added to it. The main kind of issue that I have with this, the screenplay, is that it is supposed to be a coming-of-age story about the character of India, where she's, I guess, supposed to realize she's really like a murderer or a killer, I guess, and her uncle Charlie, which I believe is a nod to Shadow of a Doubt, the Hitchcock movie with Joseph Cotten. Uncle Charlie is supposed to kind of be bringing that out of her, and I don't know, she seems like, I don't know if she's embracing it or if she's hesitant to it at the end. Obviously she's committing murders at the end, so she's not totally running away from it, but she's rejecting Uncle Charlie, who is the one trying to bring all this kind of murderous kind of cynicism out of her, and then she just embraces it anyway. So at the end, I really don't even know what to make of her character. Is she just a straight up villain? Is she going to start killing people, or did she just need to get this out of her system? I really don't know. They also make a reference that her father, he saw the evil in her, I guess, and that's why he had her hunting like quails. so that she would kill birds instead of humans. It really doesn't make any sense. The story with Uncle Charlie, played by Matthew Good, who I think probably delivers the best performance in this movie. He can be both sinister, as well as I think in a lot of ways he is very charming and in some ways sympathetic. He's definitely the most interesting one here. And in him, you understand why he did what he did as a child, and then later when he's grown up, what he does with his brother. But a lot of other things, especially his relationship with Nicole Kidman's character, I don't get it. I don't really understand anything Nicole Kidman's character does. I actually don't think it's a very good performance from her. She's very, very whispery. India, you're hot. And none of her motivations really worked for me. So, unfortunately, thematically, this is definitely the weakest one of Director Park's career. What I liked about it, and what ultimately made me want to buy this on Blu-ray here, was the just unbelievable directing flourishes that you get here. There's a scene where a character is just taking off a belt, and it's incredibly tense, and it's incredibly suspenseful, and you know what's going to happen, but you're just hoping that it doesn't. There's a scene where a character is sharpening a pencil, and it's very violent, and it's very cathartic in some other ways, and it's just a character sharpening a pencil. There's two characters doing a duet on the piano that's incredibly well made. There's so much other stuff. It's just obviously he's working with a great set designer and costume designer. The bird motif, which I believe was a Director Park thing, that implies with the character of India, with the way her bed set is designed, and all the taxidermied animals all over the place. There's obviously with Park Chan-Wook, we're going to talk about great match cuts. There's a tremendous one where it's Nicole Kidman is having her hair brushed, and it's a crossfade into some like tall willow grass, where it's young India and her father hunting, which is just beautifully made. And it's obviously so creative that that's what you get when you plan ahead and you storyboard, and you don't just kind of make things up on the fly. Although I will say the piano sequence does feel like some of the stuff was just, he just wanted to get as much coverage as possible. Not all the scenes, that doesn't cut together perfectly well, but at the same time it is still a great scene. You get a lot of great scenes where he's moving around India to hit some of the minor keys or whatever, and the scenes down at her feet, which really do tell a lot about that relationship. And I do think that Mia Wasikowska is good. She seems more like she's playing like Lydia Deeds from Beetlejuice than a kind of like Park Chan-Wook female heroine. It's okay. She's at the beginning. She's telling her mother about in Victorian England they mourn their husbands for 2 months or whatever. And okay, and even when she finds out like the dead bodies that her uncle has been leaving, she just kind of doesn't really know how to react to it. And again, unfortunately, thematically, I think this movie not only is the kind of the weak link in Director Park's career that we've been talking about so far, but I just don't think it's very successful at all, unfortunately. So I did buy it. I guess I couldn't find it streaming online. I wanted to see those amazing directing flourishes that you 100% get in this. There's some imagery of India doing like the snow angels on her bed, and later you flash back to see young Charlie doing snow angels on dirt where his youngest brother is born. Again, I don't know why, how they're trying to connect Charlie and India. It's very murky. I don't really get it. And why she sometimes embraces him, sometimes rejects his sort of impulses to get her to be a murderous duo together. Unfortunately, I don't even know what to make of it at the end. And it really sucks. It was maybe a language boundary thing there. Maybe he didn't have enough input on the actual script, but from what they do talk about, and we will talk about special features right now, there's about a half-hour documentary where they do explain what I've talked about briefly, that you had the script by the guy Wentworth Miller, was kind of circulating for several years before a producer found it, was able to get Park Chan-Wook from Korea, who was interested in doing stuff in the English language. They got him. They were able to get this really good cast. I've only seen Matthew Good in this, but I'm very impressed with his performance. And you have lots of interviews with Nicole Kidman, Mia, Matthew Good, Dermot Mulroney, and they obviously they pretty much it's the interviews are during the production phase, so they're all very complimentary towards the entire cast and crew. You do get to see some of the setups for the crane and the dolly movements that the camera on, so you can see all the dynamic camera movement all being set up there. There's a lot of still photos from different camera tests where you can see the characters trying on different colors of clothing to see what's going to look best with the background, with the lighting, and just some other on-set photos. And is there anything else? Deleted scenes. You actually do get a extended version of Uncle Charlie dying, which it's only about 3 or 4 seconds more. I kind of like it. I don't think it makes or breaks the movie or anything, but you do get some extended scenes, a little more of Jackie Weaver in the beginning. So ultimately, unfortunately, this is the weakest Park Chan-Wook movie we've discussed so far. Various reasons why that may be so. Hopefully I've elaborated on them. At the same time, this is, it's obviously the thriller aspects. You can watch this and just be dazzled by all the amazing lighting, the set design, the camera movement. There are moments that are very suspenseful, such as when India kind of meets up with a young boy at a hot dog stand for a rendezvous that kind of goes wrong, and Uncle Charlie intervenes. So there are very suspenseful, thrilling moments in this, but ultimately the failure of the script kind of prevents this movie from being anything other than just a great thriller, a very well-directed thriller. So that's my thoughts on Stoker by Park Chan-Wook. Do you like this movie more than I do? Let me know. And do you like it at all? Have you seen this one? Despite being much more easily accessible in the United States here, or in English-speaking countries, it still really didn't do very well at the box office. Really, nor did any of the other Korean English-language movies that came out. Hopefully you at least think this movie is worth a watch. If it is, I think it's on Hulu or somewhere, so you can always just go check it out there. And let me know what your thoughts are. We're still got more Park Chan-Wook to go, and we're going to still have a lot more movies in general to go, a whole lot more. So hopefully you're going to continue on this ride with me. And until next time, be kind and rewind to each other. And remember, it's not a true home without home video. Good night. Thank you.